Hello, welcome to another edition of 1036. I'm Portia Young. In this episode, find out how history gets restored, specifically these stained glass windows from a local iconic church. And the new leader of the University of Wisconsin Marching Band, who made history of his own and followed in some big footsteps. We begin with an important message during the season of giving. As we prepare for our upcoming holiday meals with family and friends, think about this sobering fact. Every month in the Milwaukee area, approximately 50,000 people rely on food pantries, meal programs, and soup kitchens. Joanne Williams found a family, 3 generations worth, who come together to help some of those 50,000.
We made it good. All right, let's go.
They call themselves Ham on Rye. This is a family of 8 with a feeling of camaraderie, service, and a great sense of humor.
Us old Marines know how to do dishes.
This is the Hirsch, Martin, and Murray family, H-A-M-M, Ham on Rye. That's because they prepare food. That's cute.
I got lots of cheese.
3 generations all cooking together once a month in the kitchen at the meal center run by the organization called The Gathering.
I'm Nick Hirsch, also known as Old Nick. I'm the oldest of this family.
Hi, I'm Rita Hirsch. I'm the wife of this old Nick and mother and grandmother of the rest of the group.
Hi, I'm Lisa Murray. I'm their oldest daughter and part of this amazing cook team.
I'm Clint Murray. I'm Lisa's husband.
I'm Nick Hirsch. I'm the second Nick.
I'm Lisa Hirsch. I'm married to this middle Nick Hirsch, and I am the pasta hot water lady.
I'm Regina Hirsch. I'm sister to Lisa Murray and middle Nick, and I'm a Snuffy.
I'm Ian Martin. I am the son of Lisa Murray, grandson of Rita and Nick Hirsch, and I'm a cook here.
You got it? Well, it does get confusing, but the whole family, grandparents, parents, kids, all work together as a team. By the way, they define a Snuffy as the one who does whatever told to do in the kitchen that nobody else wants to do.
Clint, we may need somebody to spread out the meat, the spreader.
This Saturday morning, they were making lasagna for an estimated 150 hungry or homeless people.
Ian gets all the cooking questions, so probably he's the most in charge. Otherwise, over the years, we've all sort of developed our specialities.
Even though he's the youngest member of the crew, Ian gets the culinary questions because his years of doing this with his mother encouraged him to become a chef.
But I was there as early as 12 years old. I was always interested in food and cooking, and it was just always a passion of mine ever since I was a small kid. And then actually attending this and helping people, it just all added to the experience.
The Gathering serves up to 90,000 meals every year. It has 4 locations. This is the one at the Runnin' Rebels building at 13th and Fond du Lac.
And there's a lot of people that benefit from the food that's served here. And my oldest daughter, Lisa, talked us into that. So it's a good idea.
Lisa Hirsch Murray has been volunteering at the Gathering since 1988. In 2011, she invited the whole family to come along. The cooking crew starts at 7 o'clock on Saturday mornings and whips up whatever menu the Gathering has assigned. It's based on what supplies the nonprofit has pulled together during the week. The food comes from donations, whatever it can get from the local food banks, and what it can afford to buy.
The Gathering has the cooks come in early, and then they leave, and then the serving people come in, so no one person is burdened with the whole thing.
The Ham on Rye family shares the Gathering's goal to feed the hungry in body, mind, and spirit.
It is meaningful work. It doesn't matter what your politics are, feeding people is always the right thing to do. That we can join together as a family and as part of a community and take on that meaningful work is actually, and I keep using this word joyful, but that's how I feel about it. And I think most of the volunteers I work with feel the same way.
1036 has followed the transformation of St. Rita of Cascia Church on Milwaukee's east side. The original church was demolished to make room for a new St. Rita's at Cass and Pleasant Streets next to a new senior housing development. The new church blends the look and memories of St. Rita's of Three Holy Women Parish and Our Lady of Pompeii, or the Little Pink Church, a place of worship for Italian immigrants who settled in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward and then later called St. Rita's home. Workers will reinstall 90 cleaned or restored stained glass window panels in the new church in early 2020. Restoration artists knew they were holding precious history in their hands when work began some 6 months ago.
It's always a heady thing to be handling history, and when it's specifically someone's history. You know, a church like St. Rita's, there are people, parishioners that have been there that would have been baptized there, done their first communions, their confirmations, been married, have relatives that are buried there. You're really kind of in awe when you're working on somebody's space to kind of understand that you're holding a big part of their history.
Did you walk down this aisle on your wedding day?
Got married here.
And did your children receive the sacraments here?
She was baptized here. She was one of 2 baptisms that year. That was back in 1994.
I was baptized here. I have friends here from my kindergarten class.
This is something that is very precious to them, so we want to make sure it's really precious to us when we're recreating them.
The majority of the windows were in fairly good condition and didn't need a lot of work. Maybe about 16 of the panels out of about 90 that are going to be restored. And when we say restored, that means they're going to be completely disassembled and re-put back together again. And the first step of that process is always documentation. Before they were taken out, they were photographed once, and that was just so we have reference, so that when we're creating the panels, that we have a lot of reference. But once we got them back to the studio, we photographed each panel again in reflected and transmitted light. Before we take them apart, one of the first things we do is a rubbing. And the rubbing is kind of like the process of, kind of if you're a kid with a leaf and a crayon and you put paper over it and you rub over the top. It's literally a similar sort of thing. It gives us a map of all the lead lines and where everything is. It's basically a map of that window. So this panel that's being taken apart by Aaron right here is panel 2A, which was shown in this photograph. And he's referencing these as he takes them apart. And as he takes each piece of glass apart, he's carefully placing them on the rub as he goes. We want to make sure that circle that was on the left gets placed on the left, the one that's on the right gets placed on the right, that all the pieces of glass go exactly where they were originally. So as we wrap up this step of disassembling the windows, we move right into the next step where we start to identify the broken pieces and make the selections of what's going to be mended and repainted. And that step happens in the next area over here. Well, in this step, Jeremy is going through each of the panels individually, and he's being very careful to look for pieces that are broken, pieces that are poorly matched, candidates for some sort of special attention. We're trying to retain as much of the original fabric of the windows as possible.
These are the vent panels, and that's why maybe some of these are so damaged, because they're being moved a lot for ventilation. And a lot of these panels are actually the most important ones because they have the names of the donors on them or the names of the saints if they depict a saint. It is a bit of a kind of a guessing game. In this case, we can tell that this is pretty identical to what they would have used based on the color, the clarity, and the texture. So this one, on the one hand, is broken. I'll tape it on one side, and with conservation tape, I'll tape it, and then we'll glue it, and then it will be joined just as good as new. With such a clean break, you can do that. It might take me 20 hours to complete this window, give or take the complexity of the pieces being painted. So now that I've cut these pieces to match the original glass, I'll take them over to our vent and I'll paint them. And essentially what this paint is a metal oxide with a glass powder. And when that paint goes on to the glass, it'll dry, and then we can put it in the kiln, and that glass powder will melt with the paint oxide, and we'll get the original piece matched.
Now we're going to start glazing, which is basically putting new lead channel in between all of the pieces of glass. Once we get done putting everything, all new lead in between, then we'll solder it up both sides, and then it'll go to the putting process.
Anytime we do stained glass, we're always doing the cementing at the very end, and it gives the window strength, and it weatherproofs the window. It's a very important step in the process. The cement goes underneath and it holds the glass strong. So I'm going to go around the whole window. And then at this point, once I do the whole window, then I'm going to just start cleaning up some of that extra putty. And then we put calcium carbonate on here. Sawdust also helps to absorb and sort of burnishes that lead a little bit, and just help to clean that off like so. So then we'll take some kind of a pick like this and then really get that putty or cement. Take some time and just clean that real nice. And then the window at that point would be ready to put rebars on.
We also solder the top, so it's kind of like a band going all the way around it when it's all finished. So ideally you want the solder to be really smooth so you can barely see where it joins the steel bar. And you want it to kind of be uniform on both sides. And that is a brace bar.
Our intention would be if the windows go back in, that they won't need to come back out for generations. Now with the bars in place, the windows are complete, and we're just queuing up all the panels together to take a look at them as a whole and make sure everything looks perfect and that it's ready for installation. Our next step will be to actually go on site and install the windows back into the space. And this is kind of an unusual project in that they're not going back into the space that we took them out of. This is a situation where the windows are going into a building that is being made to replicate an original building that was lost. So it's even more satisfying to take windows, kind of restore them and put them in a space that's been restored as well. So they're coming full circle. And when you build a new building, the thing that will make people really connect to it is these sacred items. And so it's really, really satisfying to be bringing these back to the people of St. Rita's, to bring their history full circle back to them as they celebrate the opening of the church.
Another historic step took place earlier this year in Madison. It was on Wisconsin for a new band director who had big shoes to fill.
As the old song goes, when you say Wisconsin, you've said it all.
First day of class, wonderful sounds being made. Wonderful.
Dr. Corey Pompey may be the newest addition to the University of Wisconsin Marching Band. But but the band's tradition of excellence is one he had been introduced to long before making a move to Badgerland.
1, 2, ready, and. Being in the profession, you know about the Wisconsin band. And so I found that intriguing. And you combine the culture of the band program here with the quality of the institution, it becomes a no-brainer. I wish that at some point everyone could come see the band rehearse during the summer. They are very hard working. The football team has 2-a-days. The band has 2-a-days, and sometimes 3-a-days. And we're up and down the field on Wisconsin, probably hundreds of times. It really takes a huge amount of dedication to be able to do that, all in service of perfecting the marching style and making sure that we put the best musical product out on the field that we can.
Pompey follows in the footsteps of the legendary Mike LeCrone, who served 50 years as the man out front before retiring earlier this year.
There's only one Mike LeCrone, and I would be doing the band a disservice and myself a disservice if I try to emulate him. So the best thing that I can do is be myself. Now, certainly there are things involved with the program that he has done, and we certainly intend to keep those things as part of the program, but I have to be myself. I just like to hear just the opening once more. Maybe we go into God Bless America this time. Those sets of 2s, that was great. We can do more with the 4s. Again, here we go, Justine. One of the things that we will keep is the signature step of the band, which is known as Stop at the Top. That will remain the same.
Pompey stepping into the role also marks a historic day at the University of Wisconsin. Pompey is the first person of color to lead the band.
It's an honor to be an African American leading this organization. However, that does not go through my mind when I'm doing my job. When I'm doing my job, I'm trying to get the students to march well, play well. I'm trying to get them to be the best that they can be. When I do my job, I hope to do it in a way that won't let people down. And so if that makes the people in my community proud, I'm happy to do that.
This isn't Pompey's first collegiate stop. Pompey has shared his musical talents with bands at the University of Nevada, Reno, and Penn State. He also taught music in Alabama public schools for 7 years.
I want to share music with people, and one of the ways that you can do that is through being an educator, through music education. So that's why I did it. And I really did enjoy my public school career, and in many ways I could still be doing that now and be perfectly happy. That's just not where my life went.
What time is it? Game time! Game time!
There's something special about game day performances. the energy, the school spirit, and of course, the music.
The opportunity to perform for thousands and thousands of people. It's an adrenaline rush. I don't really know of any other way to describe it. I mean, these students, they'll come onto the field, there'll be 80,000 people there, and those 80,000 people will be listening to them. They will be performing for them. And so, you know, for a student like that, it's special. It was special when I was in school.
There may be a new man out front, but the tradition of finding community through music is one Pompey says is here to stay.
I hope to create a sense of community, a sense of family within the band, where we're all supportive of each other and that we can come together and have a good time with the purpose of entertaining the fans. And while we're doing that, march well and play well too.
We want to toot our own horn here at 1036 for a moment. Our documentary on youth mental health, Kids in Crisis, You're Not Alone, received a first-place National Journalism Award for Disability Reporting from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State. And the film earned a Midwest Emmy Award from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, as did our 1036 program, A Hope for Tomorrow, about Congolese refugees now living and working in Milwaukee. Congratulations to all who worked on these programs. And now all of us from 1036 and Milwaukee PBS want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Enjoy however you celebrate the season. We leave you with some holiday inspiration, the Goodwill Day Services Inspirations Choir, singing Silent Night from inside Summerfield United Methodist Church, where Milwaukee Goodwill was founded 100 years ago. Enjoy.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round young virgin, mother and child.